which one is even right for paintball? My name's Greg, you're watching How to Play Paintball. So before we get started, guys, just want to say a quick reminder. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Like, there's a lot of people that they find me and then they don't click subscribe. Just click subscribe. I do stuff every single week. So there's giveaways, there's a lot of breakdowns of things. So yeah, just click it. It's really easy. It's right down there. It's really, really simple. All right, everyone. So what I wanted to do here was go through and just give you some tips on kind of the pros and cons of different kinds of cameras in paintball, so that way you can make an informed decision as to what's going to be best for you as a player or as a coach. This way, again, yeah, you'll be able to make the best decision for you. So this first thing that we're going to be talking about here is about barrel mounts. So barrel mounts are really, really simple. I've been using the Apache mount from Inception Designs for, I don't even know. I've had this thing for the longest time. Awesome design. It's very simple. It fits everything, so you're all set to go. But if you're using something like GoPro, so this is the GoPro 11 Mini, they just came out with the GoPro, I think they just call it the Hero. But something like this, that's nice and small, it's not gonna be poking out too far. I've even used now the Insta360 Go S, and you can see how small it is. So any of these cameras, you're not gonna be able to see it because they're sitting up high enough that your loader kind of blocks it out. I would just be careful to get something like the Inception Designs Apache mount, just because there's others that the clamp is good, but it sticks out. So when you're actually shooting, you end up seeing that in your peripheral vision. And of course, if you're using something like a regular GoPro, like this GoPro 11, it's going to be a little bit larger. Something that is good, at least, is that with actually all of these, I think you can replace the lenses here. So if it does get shot and broken, you're able to replace it rather than having to send it in to get it replaced. But pros and cons with a barrel mount is one that you're only able to see what it is that you're shooting. And is like, Greg, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I get it. But that being said, you also want it to be that you know and realize that sometimes you get pushed up into the bunker and all it's doing is staring at the sky, or you're crawling and all it's doing is looking at the ground. So that's something you want to keep in mind with the kind of footage that you're trying to get. What I like with the barrel cam footage is that you can zoom in and get like really great shots of the paintball actually leaving your barrel, and depending on the quality of the camera that you're using, you're able to have a really good shot there, and it's going to be getting everything that you're shooting at. But again, you're not able to see everything as best as possible. I had used a barrel mount for the longest time, and the footage has always turned out great, but again, there were times that I'm sitting there shooting and maybe I'm kind of looking around and all you're seeing is the barrel just pointing at nothing, and that's it. So it's footage that can be helpful, but is also something that sometimes can get a little bit boring. Now, with all of these options, one that you can do, and actually I just used it with the 360, so this does actually have a mount that can go sideways as well. I just only have this one out, so it's over here somewhere. And I really liked it because it wasn't sticking up too high on my goggles. If I did use this, it's a little bit heavier, but it's still not gonna stick up too high. If you're using something like a 360, these get really tall, and although they get awesome shots, it actually felt like I had the camera right here. You can get some really, really cool shots with it, but it's not gonna be the easiest to play with because you kind of feel like you have to like go like this to make sure that you're not going to get shot in the top of the camera. So something like this is going to be a lot better for that. Not that you can't use a 360. I'm sure that someone's going to come out. Actually, GoPro just came out with that smaller 360. So I haven't seen the size of it, but DJI has one as well. So I'm sure that they're just going to keep getting smaller and smaller. I really liked when I used it before. I just hated how high it was. I felt like I was a unicorn, and then I had to like hunch over and kind of play kind of weird. You can't play normal. So you're just kind of giving something to for the players to be able to shoot at. But that being said, a pro with this is when you're looking around and you're talking, it's giving you literally the view of what it is that you are looking at. Downside with this kind of a positioning when you have it on top of your goggles is just that you're gonna be, there's times that your loader gets, you know, it's gonna go right in front of your face and you're gonna be blocked out, so you can't see everything. What I've liked to do is actually combine a goggle cam and a barrel cam lately, and you get a lot of really cool shots because then you can see what it is that you're looking at, you can see what it is that you're shooting at, all of those things. So, I mean, the quality of a lot of these cameras are pretty great. So some of it's gonna depend on your budget of, I can buy one camera, so I can only mount it one place, but kind of think about what it is that you're trying to get. And last but not least would be literally just putting it up in the corner of the field or having that kind of larger view. So having something like a GoPro, or I have the Action 5 Pro now, there's a lot of really cool stands that you can get that are huge, and you can have them stick way up in the air and be able to shoot down. But that does lead into this of the Insta360. So I have the X4. X5 is a little bit pricey, so I went with the X4. But what I like with this is you can go back in and you're able to do the AI tracking, so it'll actually track you as you go along. I haven't really tested it out a whole lot, but I do like that that's an option. And if all you're looking for is putting this up, and actually this is I think it's Ulanzi, this just goes for forever. I think it goes up to like 14 feet high. And the base is pretty large, so you could put this behind the start box and be able to go ahead and like just have it way up there and be able to see everything. So if you're a coach or you're just a team that's trying to see what is it that we did right or wrong, you're able to see a lot of stuff across there. If you just put it in the corner or whatever, you know, depending on the field, you'll be able to see a lot of that. Not that you can't do that with like an Action 5 or the GoPros or even like the GoPro clones that are there. But if you put those up there, just know that if there's stuff that goes outside of it, you're not gonna be able to see it. Whereas with a 360 camera, it's literally 360. So you're able to get a lot larger of a range of view. But that being said, it all comes down to what it is that you're trying to do. So what is it that I think is gonna be best? It really comes down to what it is that you are looking to get in those different shots. If you are looking for, I wanna make sure that my form is all correct, I wanna make sure that I'm doing well in that, having something just in the corner that you can put on a tripod and just put it up and film like an overhead, or using a 360 is gonna be great for that. If you wanna get the cool shots of you shooting someone, you're gonna 100% get those shots with the barrel cam. But if you are wanting to kind of get a more immersive kind of feel and have it feel like the player is there with you or the viewer is there with you, those goggle cams are great for that because they're gonna show exactly what it is that you're looking at. So again, if I'm looking for I want to make sure that my form is correct. Well, having a goggle cam is not going to help with that. Having my barrel cam is not going to help with that. I would want to have it where it's something outside. And actually, you have a lot of really great phones in your pocket, and there's some cool like adapters. I don't have one around me, but that you can just stick your phone in there and put it on a tripod. So hopefully this video helps you all out, and I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.